And I'm Marcus Schwabe, and you are listening to Morning North on CBC Radio 1 in Sault Ste. Marie. We're at 89.5 FM, North Bay 96.1. Here in Sundridge, we're at 99.9. And it's time to take a trip back in time. These days, flying seems to be all about high security and advanced technology, so it's probably a little hard to imagine getting in a plane that resembles an open-air tricycle with wings, more like a kite than a plane. The flying enthusiasts in Sundridge are heading back to that time. They're having a party next weekend to celebrate one of the first flights in Canada 100 years ago. Jason Reddy's in charge of the party. He's the Sundridge Airport Committee Events Chair, and he's our guest for Talk to the Town. Hello, Jason.
Good morning, Mark. How are you today?
I'm okay. Tell me about the celebration you're having.
Well, next weekend we're having what we call our Celebration of Flight Weekend at the South River Sundridge Airport. What it is every year we do a fly-in at the airport. Last year we did it for our 75th anniversary for the airport itself. And as you mentioned, this is the centennial of powered flight in Canada, and not only in Canada but also the British Commonwealth. 100 years ago this year, J.D. McCurdy launched himself into the sky in the Silver Dart. It was the first time in Canada and the British Commonwealth that man took a heavier-than-air aircraft up into the sky.
It does not look like a dart in any way, though, really, does it? Or it's not silver.
No, exactly. Actually, the term silver, on the original, the wings were actually kind of a silver-colored fabric, and that's where the term silver comes from. As for dart, I can't speak to why they called it a dart. When you think dart, you think fast, and this plane certainly wasn't fast by any means.
And will your Silver Dart replica be flying at all?
We're not sure at this point. The group that is building it's a group of home builders who have manufactured this replica, and it's, from what I understand, it's a very, very close replica to the original. Their goal is to have it airborne at some point, and if the conditions are right and maybe they're ready to go, they may, grace us with its first maiden flight.
It's a pretty fragile-looking thing, though. I've got a picture of it here. Like, it's just a bit of tarp and a few holes.
Yeah, the original planes, as you know, like same with the Wright Flyer in the U.S., this was all new to them. Nowadays, with more powerful engines and so on, planes are built obviously a lot more strong, but in those days the goal was to go light because of engines in those days didn't have the horsepower to weight ratio that they do now. So the idea was to go extremely light, and that's why this aircraft in particular needs a perfectly calm day and perfectly good weather, as it did back in the days in Nova Scotia.
You know, some people are saying, why is this happening in Sundridge?
Well, we're the airport itself is in the process of seeking some federal money to improve the airport and improve the infrastructure. The airport is a two-grass strip airport that was originally owned by the Canadian government and then changed hands several times over the years. When the government downloaded the airport to the municipality, it never it was downloaded to them as just that, a grass strip. And the airport was never given the opportunity or the funding to get the runways paved. So our group is working towards that, and this is one of the vehicles we're using, is to get people out to the airport to see it, get some of the local interest and regional interest involved with seeing the airport and getting some backing to leverage the government for some infrastructure dollars to get it paved.
All right, so what do people need to know if they're thinking of going next weekend?
Well, we're going to be starting things up on Saturday morning, approximately 9 a.m. in the morning or so. It's going to be open all day. We have the North Bay Astronomy Club is going to be there in the afternoon and into the evening for anybody that wants to stay overnight. You can camp on site with your motorhome or your tent. We're going to have lots of room for that, so if people wanted to come and camp over, they can do that. Then Sunday morning, we'll probably start things up around 8 a.m. with a pancake breakfast, followed by some barbecue lunch on both days. Actually, it's barbecue lunch, and in the afternoon on the Sunday, we'll have speeches with VIPs. Some of the people invited or included are Tony Clement, the MP from Muskoka Parry Sound. He's coming. We're hoping he's coming maybe to make an announcement. We'll see. And then in the afternoon, or during the day on Sunday, there'll also be Copra for Kids flights. So it's going to be a fairly busy day, and I expect a good crowd. If the weather's good, a fair turnout of airplanes from around the province.
All right. Well, Jason, I hope you have a great weekend next weekend. Thanks so much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much, Mark.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye now.
That's Jason Reddy. He helps organize community events for the Sundridge Airport. And again, the Celebration of Flight is taking place the Father's Day weekend, not this, but next weekend, June 20 and 21 at the South River Sundridge Airport.